The year is 1993. John Major is Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Princess Diana wants a divorce from Prince Charles, Jurassic Park has just been released to widespread critical acclaim, and What Is Love is doing very well in the charts. But that's not all that happened in 1993. A mere few yards from where I stand right now, a young Daniel Kenneth James Thomas was being born, much to the dismay of Angela, as he was 10 days late and weighing in a whopping 7 pounds 12 ounces. Much bigger than his siblings, I'm told. And that's where I come in. Hi, I'm Tarquin Heffelberry III, and I was approached by Bobby, the best man, to create this investigation into the life and times of Daniel Kenneth James Thomas. So let's have a look. So, when did you first meet Daniel?
That would be on Saturday the 19th of June at 6:17 p.m. in the afternoon.
Very interesting. And what would you say is your funniest memory of Daniel?
Oh, my funniest memory of Daniel is I had to go away on training to Belgium, and on the Monday morning, sitting on the coach waiting for them to take us to the training room, I get a phone call off Daniel, and he's in a panic and says, "Mom, the zip on my trousers is broken." At this point, I'm 332.5 miles away and can do absolutely nothing about it.
And at what point did you realise that he was ginger?
That would be at 6:18 on Saturday the 19th of June, shortly after they handed him over to me.
And lastly, what would you say is your proudest moment of Dan?
Every day I'm proud of Dan for the man that he's become. Today just fills my heart with floods of emotion as he takes a wife and starts out on this new adventure. He makes me so proud.
So, how were you first introduced to Daniel Kenneth James Thomas? Do I know you? Well, I seem to recall it being June 1993 when I first met him, but I'd seen him from afar before then. Wow, that's so interesting. And were there any sports that he engaged with as a child? As a kid, I remember he had two main loves when it came to sport, and that was football, which I know he always loved, but then the other one that people may not know about is extreme ironing, and I can just remember the scouts were always buzzing around him, looking to make that big signing of the summer. And the obvious question, of course, did you ever fight as children? Fight? Did we ever fight? Like hitting and stuff? No, of course not. Fighting implies that the other side had a fighting chance against the might of Roberto Matteo Tomo. I kicked 7 shades of whoa, language, please. And what would you say is your favourite memory together? It's not so much a memory, but something I will always treasure is the fact that Dan and I have seen every single Star Wars film sat side by side, and I've loved every single second of that. So, did Dan ever have any nicknames in his infancy? And if so, how did he acquire those?
Daniel as an infant. Everybody knew him as Jibber Jabber. Could not stop that kid talking. In fact, I have a clip from Channel 16 News, little scene. I could show you if you liked.
It was great, and apparently I've never been on live television before, but apparently sometimes I don't watch the news.
Humorous clip there. And what's your most embarrassing memory of Daniel?
As a family, we were watching the film 9 Months, and there's a particular scene where Hugh Grant and his girlfriend are getting very amorous and wish to rush off to the bedroom. And Hugh Grant stops and says, "Oh my God, what if the baby feels the penis?" And Daniel bursts into fits of laughter. And let's say Daniel would be about 6 at this point. So when Daniel's laughter died down, I said, "Did you find that particularly funny, Daniel?" He went, yeah. Which bit? What he said. What do you think he said? Well, the baby would feel his peanuts. Oh, the sigh of relief. I still haven't had that conversation with Daniel.
And finally, what is your proudest memory of Daniel?
They would just be too numerous to try and identify. I would genuinely say every single day, Daniel makes me proud. But every single day, I'm very lucky. All of my children make me proud.
It was here, on this hallowed ground, where Daniel shone and showed his footballing prowess, playing for the 87ers United, playing an integral part of their team at left back, winning numerous league titles and trophies, before his untimely retirement due to the PS4 coming out. Now, the one thing I know we all want to know, the elephant in the room if you will, Game of Thrones. Why did you decide to spoil Jon Snow's death for Daniel? Had he done something to annoy you? Had he, I don't know, eaten your chocolate? Or...
I have flaws. What are they? Oh, I don't know. I sing in the shower. Sometimes I do too much volunteering. Occasionally I'll hit someone with my car, so sue me. No, don't sue me. That's the opposite of the point I was trying to make.
And finally, what is your favourite memory with Daniel?
My favourite memory so far is being part of his proposal to AJ. So just about everything from the preparation, the excitement, travelling to Florida, covertly hiding outside the house so that we could decorate it, totally assuming that AJ was going to say yes. And then in the park, just feeling so nervous for him as we approached the castle. And it was magical when he got down on one knee. It was, magical.
In the year of our Lord 1999, the Thomas family returned from their exile in Crewe. At Ainsbury Road, Daniel and Bobby suffered their fair share of danger, including a wild rampaging goat which had attacked Bobby. Daniel, being the hero that he is, locked Bobby outside with said demon goat. So, we've heard about Daniel in the real world. What about his PlayStation persona?
Dan is the sort of person where if he can find a glitch, he will do it. Dan is the only person I know that when Grand Theft Auto came out, had millions and millions and millions within the space of a week. It was like Robin Hood. He'd give you a car for you to destroy just so you'd get loads of money out of it. I think even Pokemon Go is the first person I knew that had been all the way around the world during lockdown.
He challenges himself to complete everything, doesn't he? He has to be the first to do the weapon camos. He has to be the first to complete whatever needs to be completed. And he likes being on top of that leaderboard, doesn't he?
Like Jake said, always that need to be the best at something between the mainly the four of us. But yeah, there's a big group of us at one stage, and we're all. But yeah, Dan was always sadly at the top of the leaderboards. I'm sure we're all sometimes jealous of Dan's prowess at FIFA or his KD on COD.
I think it's more the journey that's been gone on. I think, like we said previously, we went from younger men all the way through. We've been through breakups. We've been through like different job changes, career changes, house changes, county changes. Pretty much everything you could possibly think of, and still got through the other end. We've gone from 4 friends to 106 regularly playing in a clan, back down to 4. It's weird.
Pints, chips and a mixed grill, an all too common recipe for love. But it was here behind me in the Penny Farthing where Dan and AJ first met and courted, wooing her over a barrel. That's wooing her, you dirty buggers. So Sian, I'm told you have two brothers. What makes Daniel a good brother, even though he's not as funny, handsome or intelligent as Bobby, apparently?
Well, Tarquin, Dan is the best brother, apart from Bob, that I could ever ask for. I've always grown up with stories from my mum that at Ainsbury Road, when I used to want to climb up the sofa onto the windowsill, Bob would be pushing me up and encouraging me to do so, knowing I would probably fall and hurt myself, and Dan will always pull me down and make sure that I'm not hurt, and he's always supported me, and to this day he still does.
As the adopted child in the family, give us your view on pubescent Daniel.
Teenage Daniel was just, he was another breed really. He barely left his room. He played the PlayStation all the time. He was really moody. His room stank like ass, and no one wants that, to be honest. I guess nothing has really changed.
And finally, why do you think Dan and AJ make such a good couple?
Dan and AJ are perfect for each other in every way. She stresses about everything, and he has so little care for the situation in the nicest way. That he's so relaxed that they just bounce off each other and it works. And he's brought her into our lives, and it has made everything so much better, and they are perfect for each other.
Ah, Greece. A land of many myths and legends. Theseus and the Minotaur, Perseus and Medusa, Dan and the 58 shots. It was here on the Isle of Kos that Dan survived 58 shots in a single evening. So, Fanta, how do you feel about Mum and Dad getting married?
They're getting married, nobody even told me. Absolute fuckers. What are you looking at?
And then, do you have a message for them?
Where's my invite? I've been their roommate for like ages now. This is ridiculous. I'm out of here.
So, how would you describe your relationship with Daniel? And did you know he's getting married? So, when did you first meet Daniel, and what was your first impression of him?
So, I met Dan in 2015, about 7 years ago now. First impressions was that he was an absolute know-it-all. Like, he literally thought that he still does, I'm not going to lie, but he thinks he knows everything. And I was like a team leader back then, and he would literally be like, why are you sitting down doing nothing? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And obviously that, I know now why he was doing it. But yeah, first impressions, absolute know-it-all.
So, you know he's a ginger kid, right?
Yes, unfortunately. No, everyone loves a good ginger. Everyone's got to have a ginger in their life.
And who said I love you first?
So I said I love you first, but I was like really drunk. So when he said it back, he was sober. So I think technically he said it first, because I don't remember. So, but yeah, technically me.
And what's your favourite thing about him?
Probably just how supportive he is. Like, yeah, through absolutely everything. And his smile, yeah, everything.
And finally, when did you know that he was the man that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with?
So it's about a year into our relationship, and I'd had some bad news, which most of you all know, but most you all know. But he just stuck around. You know, he didn't run for the hills. He didn't like get scared, and it was only a year in, so he could have done whatever. But he stuck around, supported me through it, and yeah, I knew from that moment that he was the one. Defo.
So there we have it. Daniel Kenneth James Thomas in a ginger nutshell. So it seems he's the kind of person that's warm, caring, funny, and of course a know-it-all. So all that's left to say now is congratulations to the happy couple. You deserve every happiness that life holds for you. Before I hand back over to Bobby, I know there's just one more person who wanted to have his say on Daniel, so let's hand over to him now.
Oh boy, Danny boy. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. I never knew what that meant. Anyway, you and AJ, you're getting married today, and that is freaking huge. That's what she said. To love's eternal glory, you two, I wish you nothing but the best. Now, I want you to know I would have been there today delivering this speech. Tissue boxes on my feet and all, but let me be clear, I wasn't invited. So, shoot. Instead, I send you well wishes from afar for a lifetime together, Dan and AJ. A lifetime filled with new adventures, filled with love, filled with laughter, of course, but most importantly, a lifetime filled with chili. Nice.